All right, we are live. Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Breakfast Club, guys. We are back in the building. It is Friday, December 20th, as we get ready for Christmas, getting ready for the holidays. And man, we got to talk about the markets, of course. You know, a lot of people freaking out, a lot of people going crazy. I had a little freak out moment today, but all is well. I was looking at my wallets and I didn't see a balance, and then I had to import something. It's all good. Just don't be clicking links. I knew I hadn't, but anyways, we're okay. We're good. The market's bouncing back. $95,000 plus Bitcoin right now. Guys, keep in mind, we were basically right at this point not that long ago. Not that long ago at all. We had a pullback in late November, guys. We had a pullback down to 91K, if you remember. Okay. After, going parabolic there, up to 100K, we had the pullback. And right now, it's all okay. It's all okay. There's going to be pullbacks in a bull run. That is to be expected. This, to me, is the first major shakeout. Of the bull run. And it's by design. I think the market wanted a reason to start shaking people out. People started freaking out about the FOMC meeting. And it's a major overreaction. And now it's kind of a cascade effect where people are taking their profits. People are FOMOing out. People are getting nervous. I still think we're in store for a really, really good 2025, especially as we enter Q1 once Trump gets in. So to me, this has just been a great opportunity to accumulate, a great opportunity to stack your favorite plays, or maybe even get into some new plays. It's funny. Everybody wants an opportunity to buy at a cheaper price until the cheaper prices actually come. Right? You'll hear a lot of people say, oh man, I want one more dip. I want to get another opportunity here. And some people take advantage of it. Some people are serious, but a lot of people will say, hey, I'm going to buy it when it pulls back. But then when it does, people get nervous. You gotta have the wherewithal to know that this is how you make money in crypto, guys. You buy on the red days, you sell on the high green days, if you want to take profits. Simple as that. So welcome in everybody on the live stream. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Let's see. We got a bunch of people in the chat. Uremko, what's going on? Anthony, how we doing? Kamal, Medman, talking to the people on YouTube here real quick, guys. We got a bunch of people coming in. Smash the like button. Yes, you guys know the drill. LaDon, how we doing? Anthony, it's going up right now. Bouncing back. Yep. Steel Guerrero, what's happening? Daniel's in the house. Crypto Hounds here. Let's go. Guys, if you're on the space itself, make sure you guys share the room. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Chainlink and Shiba Inu with a big partnership. Put that video out this morning. Love that. They're going multi-chain, man. SHIB's going to be on 12 different blockchains. I know, Zach, you were talking about that in the back channels today, too. Big stuff, man. Big stuff. Yeah. All right. So let's dive into it, man. Let's get in here. Let's talk to the people. Who do we got up here? Your Corp, you came up first. What's going on, man? How we doing? Oh man, it's pretty rough. Okay. As your corp comes back in, we'll take a look at the overall market a little bit, guys. We've got, some altcoins that I think are. It sounds it's a little choppy still. You there?
Okay, I'll come back then. I'll drop down and come back.
Okay, all right, brother. But I'm looking, guys, for some major opportunities in this market right now. PEPE is down significantly. Dogecoin under 30 cents. Dogecoin under 30 cents. I think that's a steal right now. You're looking at Brett on base down 17%. Injective on sale. I mean, everything's on sale. Let's call it what it is. But you got to go in here and kind of find your favorite assets that are on sale, or maybe there's something you've been waiting to buy, something you've been waiting to get into, waiting for the right moment. SHIB down 16%, algorand down 16%, VeChain down 16%. A lot of opportunities right now in the market. So what are people doing? What are people buying? Come on up here and join us on stage. Mar, what's going on, man? Good morning to you.
Hey, Zach. Good morning. Good morning to everyone. I don't know if it's a good morning, but good morning. Yeah, man. The market is red. You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I did not expect. I expected a second dump, but not this bad. I thought that the worst dump was behind us, which was a few weeks back, and then this one. But you know, I could see Bitcoin already building a foundation around 92K. You know, when you get a big hard dump like this, 10-12% on Bitcoin, and it could hold that 92K, that's when people start feeling comfortable. You know, the swing traders that want to swing trade a Bitcoin to 150, 200K, whatever it is. You know, it's good for the market. You know, listen. All you have to do is basically blow out the chart 3-4 months. Like for instance, how you were talking about Dogecoin. We were talking about Dogecoin 3 months ago, a great buy on the 10 cents. Now we're talking about Dogecoin, a great buy on the 30 cents. You know, just blow out the chart. You know, you don't get these in stocks. Yeah, you get the the thrill of the big pumps, but you also get the thrill of the big dumps. Look, just blow out Doge. It's up 100. What is it? Doge is up like 180% since middle of October. That's all you got to look at, guys. You know, and I truly believe we're still gonna be going up. I've been hearing some spaces where people are a little bit bearish even in January, and once things start going, we'll start pumping maybe around February, March. You know, the one thing is, listen, this is like my first time that I ever get into a bull cycle right at the beginning. The other one I caught it like I think like 70% in already, you know, and I never actually invested on that bull cycle. Or I never chased candles, green candles. I got into ICOs, which were pre-sales, and I got in early, and those things pumped because we were still in a bull market, and ICOs and IEOs were really popular those days. But you know, right now it's when you buy. Myself, I have my portfolio ready to go to war. I do take a little bit of profit here and then, but man, I'm just greedy. While people are out there shopping for their new video game, their new iPhone, their new shoes, you know what? We're here shopping for assets that are going to bring value and is probably going to give us financial freedom or make us a lot of money to go out there and buy not one pair of shoes, but 10 pair of shoes if you want. So while people are out there shopping for shit, I'm shopping for fucking crypto. And I did not buy that much. I did buy a little bit of Caspa again. I bought Crow, and I actually bought some more Ethereum. No way. I mean, there's no way Ethereum is gonna get away at $3,200. I mean, I'm sorry, I gotta buy more Ethereum. It's just, man, I'm like a girl going into the mall. They shit like 80% off everything. Like, come on, But I'm still bullish, man, and. I've also been hearing a little bit of regulations that once Donald Trump starts dropping the regulations, that might bring in some fear into the market. But listen, this was, they try to blame it on Powell, Jerome Powell. Okay, listen, the market is fucking retracing because people are taking profit. It's been fucking pumping hard the last few months. And some people are in it, to make double, triple the money, and I'm out. Some people are in it to make 20 to 25% of Bitcoin, and I'm out of profit. It's a little bit overextended already. It's been pumping hard. And you know what, Zach? More than people imagine how the economy is, and we're not sure about inflation and all this. If all this wasn't around, I don't think we would have had this big sell-off. But since people are still questioning certain things in the economy, people are a little fear like, man, Bitcoin is 107, 108K. How could it be if things are so expensive and life is so hard outside of crypto? You know what? I'm taking profits right now because the market, and it's easy to put fear into people. Friends also like, yo, look at them. Just the economy is not great, and the crypto market and the stock market is great. If I was you, I'll take money. I'll take money right now. That's what I think it actually comes from. I truly believe that this was just a market that it was meant for taking profit. I know you guys talk about taking profit, during Christmas. I think that's overhyped a little bit, but there are people that will sell to buy their new fucking toy or their Christmas tree, whatever the hell it is they want to buy for Christmas. But yeah, man, I'm super bullish. I forgot the name of the coin. Let me see if I find it real quick. But I tested today. I tweeted about what the hell was going on with DEXE. This thing was like 33%. It's still up like 20% today. Like those people are in their own universe, man, pumping, But yeah, I did buy a little bit more ATR around the 3 cents. I bought Ethereum and Caspa and Crow. Not too much, But I just gotta buy at these prices, And I already sold some of them at a higher price, so I'm getting more for my buck. Again, I did not sell. When I sold these assets. When I sold some Dutch over 4 cents, I did not sell it to time the market to get in at a lower price. No, I sold it. That's it. To take my initials and maybe put on a new project or just hold it there. But it so happened that the fucking market dumped, and I'm gonna go back into these plays again. But other than that, man, I'm super bullish, man. Today I was listening. I'll land the plane with this. I was listening to Mario Nafal, their space about finance, and there was like 1 or 2 individuals, man, just saying, man, I have never been so pumped for an organization right now, that's going to go in there, and he's talking about how they're going to pump the stock market. He wasn't even talking about crypto. Imagine fucking crypto, But other than that, man, everything good. Everything's good, Just relax, and the least people, look, at times like this, Zach, the least people speak about crypto that don't know shit about crypto is better for you, because normally those are the ones that are going to tell you, sell. Come in here into these spaces. People like Zach that's been through fucking bear markets already, other people too, and listen to us, and and I got fucking receipts, and you'll be good.
No, that's good stuff, Mar. I mean, I think you're spot on, man, with a lot of what you broke down, man. I just feel like this was, like you said, a moment to kind of take a cool down period. And a lot of people will take profits now. A lot of big money will take profits now, and they'll buy back the asset on January 1st. You know what I mean? Their accountant gets in their ear and they said, hey, go realize those gains in 2024, and and then start fresh, and they'll buy back the asset on the 1st of the month, right? And they'll get right back in there. And a lot of times it's coordinated. These big guns, I think there's a reason why it hit 108 so quick. From it came from 94 to 108. We were just at 94,000 like a week ago, like 10 days ago. Then it goes from 94 to 108, and it was almost like a coordinated attack. Let's all take our profits right here at 108. It's not going to get back to 108 before the end of the year. And then we'll all buy back in January 1st. And we'll send this thing. That happens a lot. Then you have the tax loss harvesting I mean, you don't have a lot of people in the loss right now. That's the thing with that. You don't have a lot of people losing right now, but you got a lot of people winning big. And so the same effect, I think, happens. Take your profits, realize your gains, and then start all over again in 2025. You know, that's really what I think is going on more than anything. You know, this FOMC thing, people are overreacting to that. I mean, okay, well, we're going to have 2 rate cuts instead of 3 or whatever. I mean, who cares? Is that really going to affect the overall market? And remember, crypto's global. I mean, the United States is a big part of it, but crypto's global. And I think that's what makes our market so unique, right? Yeah, Mark, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, real quick. Look, it took some time for Bitcoin to finally break over that 69, over that 69.73. It took some time. It took some time to break because there were so many people that wanted to get the hell out of Bitcoin when they bought around 68, 69, and they were holding for 2-3 years. You know, and it did it. It did it. And then it just blew off all the way to 108K. So you got to give time to the market. That is why it's all about time in the market. Mutasco always says that just hold your asset. If your asset has value, if they're building something that's going to add value, to years to come, just look at Shiba. We were in a space about Shiba, what they're building now. Getting together with Link, Ethereum, your assets has value. These people are working, they're spending money, they're not going to let this shit. People are going to come in and they're going to want to buy something with value. All you got to do is spend time in the market here and then. You could try to time the market a little bit with a small part of the position you have, not everything, because you don't want to get wrecked. And look at people that hold the Bitcoin. Look at people finally broke through the 70K. Took some time, and look at that. We are 2 months later, Zach. We're here disappointed that Bitcoin is under 100K. That's crazy.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And that's really what it is, man. We hear it all the time. Like, when in doubt, zoom out. I mean, we're at 95K right now. I mean, we went from 68,000 to 100,000, like nothing on Trump getting into office. And I just think we needed this. I mean, fear and greed was so hot for so long. I mean, we were going against every technical metric, right? We were overheated on the RSI. We were, you know what I mean? So it's like you just look at all that and say, okay, now we're back down to 62 on fear and greed. Nice little cool down period. Bitcoin's at 57% dominance. We're just gearing up for the next big leg. And the first leg of bull runs are usually, cute compared to the real run. If you go back into 2021, that was a nice little run we had there in the first quarter or whatever, and then it came down, everybody freaked out. And then what happened? We catapulted to new highs, and it went absolutely parabolic late that year. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it's going to play out exactly like that in 2025, but I do think this is still beginning phases of the bull run, and there's going to be shakeouts, man. There's going to be shakeouts, and they're meant to happen. Smart money knows how to shake retail out and get people nervous. Think about how many new people came into Bitcoin, bought Bitcoin at 100,000, 101, 102, 103, 104, and then have sold on this dip because they were freaked out and they're brand new. A lot of people. I'm telling you guys, a lot of people on this dip. I started getting messages, started getting texts. Zach, is this the end of the road? Should I sell? Should I sell? Should I sell? These are all new people. They're people just coming right into the market for the first time. And that's where I think we are right now. It's the first big shakeout. And, we're going to head into Q1 here. And I think we're going to start to really see the market, take its form. We don't even have any news yet in terms of, imagine what happens when the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve news gets announced. Imagine what happens when we actually have, the new policies in place. I mean, we're still waiting on all of this stuff, right? And this is all good, I think, as we enter 2025. Andy, what's going on, man?
Hey guys, good morning, Breakfast Club. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, and one of my buddies messaged me this morning. He's like, "Bro, like, what's going on?" I'm like, "Listen, take the Bitcoin chart and zoom out." I said, "This is a blip in time." I said, "People are being shaken out. You know, and this is, to me, it's absolutely normal. People are taking in profits. Yes, they're buying the Christmas trees and toys, but they're also taking in their profits, knowing that they can get in or get back in and get more. So, I mean, like, this is completely normal in my eyes."
Yeah, I think, the whole Christmas sell-off thing to buy things or whatever, there's some of that, but I think it's more just strategic, smart money. And, and a lot of times it's for tax purposes. A lot of times it's, their advisors telling them, oh, realize your gains this year because that'll offset your previous year. Like, there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes, right? And these smart money, a lot of these institutions, that's what they do. I mean, they're moving chess pieces constantly. You know what I'm saying? And again, we know that retail hasn't really come back yet. And we know damn sure that retail can't push Bitcoin, from 65K to 108. So there was a lot of institutional money that pushed this thing up, that have been stacking their chips for a really long time, had a hell of a year, had a hell of a 2024, and they're realizing their gains. And they're going to do it all over again in 2025. And meanwhile, they know by them selling, retail FOMO's out, just like retail FOMO's in. Because we always talk about FOMOing in at the top. People FOMO out too. It's the same shit. They know that. They know that. They take advantage of it. They take advantage. We'll sell now. Think about it. We'll sell right at the top at 108, and look what's happened. Bitcoin's cascading down to 95K. They're just sitting there, they're just sitting there waiting to eat. They love it. They're like, look at this. They're all getting afraid, and whenever they want to make this, turn, guess what happens? They start moving the chart back up. All that retail that FOMO'd out, FOMO's back in. And we reached new all-time highs.
Yeah, all that money going out, everyone's got to remember the amount of money that's going to come back in is going to be double, even bigger. I mean, the price is cheaper, so people are going to be like, let's go. Sharks are going to start going at it.
Yeah, and guys, we went from 108 down to 92. That's a 9% pullback. Go look at history. There are 8 to 10% pullbacks on Bitcoin all the time in bull markets. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's nothing out of the ordinary. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I mean, if shit gets way worse or whatever, like if we were to break 90K, I would start to get a little nervous. Not nervous, but a little shaky. Because then you're kind of breaking, the trend, or at least like historically, kind of what we see. But I mean, we bounced pretty hard off 92 here today already, guys. We bounced hard off 92, like Mar said at the top. We're at 95.5 right now. As long as we stay above 92, 91,000, I mean, this is just a normal dip. It's a big dip for Bitcoin. It is, but I mean, we see it all the time in bull runs. Your Corp, you ready to go, bro?
Yes, I am. Good morning, guys.
What's up, man?
Can you hear me better there?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad. Hey, guys, good morning to everybody. I'm super happy for this dip, man, because I actually asked for it yesterday. I really did. When we were talking in the Crypto Breakfast Club, I'm like, man, I wish it would have been like a better dip or something, but boom, it gave it to me. So last night, I was chilling doing my Pokemon stuff in my office, and when I go ahead and I wake up, because I passed out doing that in that chair, I wake up, I'm like, oh shit. It was like a midnight or something. And then I'm like, let me see. And I look at my phone and I see an alert of Bitcoin going down. And I'm like, oh, so if it's going down, probably other stuff is going down. And yes, it was. And I'm like, yes. I made like 3 or 4 different plays again. So I'm super happy that I'm feeling that by, I'm going to say January, mid-January, beginning of February, those plays are going to get me really, really good money. So I can't wait for that. I did definitely invest. I haven't invested on Shiba Inu since I think it's like 2022. But the other day I did like a small little purchase for a family member, and they wanted me to put it with mine. So I said, whatever, you know. So I did it was like $50. And that was like my last purchase. But then last night I was like, oh, let's do this. So I'm kind of happy for that, because that position of mine got a lot bigger. And I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited. It's a good day to be in crypto. And people, everybody that is here new, I want to tell you guys this. And everybody that is also here from a long time, because sometimes we get that fear when we see this type of crash. And I feel that I've seen it too many times. And I feel that we live, whoever has started from 2021 and before, or from this previous bull market that passed, this bear market that just passed, it was horrible, man. It was horrible. So all of this little flash crash for me is ching money, because that's when we're gonna get in, and within like a week or two, or less than that, probably 2 or 3 days or months, it could be, we're gonna get that money back 2, 3, 4 times the amount. And guys, you guys know that Bitcoin going nowhere. So don't freak out. Don't get Zach stressed out, sending him 1,000 messages. Should I sell? Should I do this? No, guys, you should do is buy. You should buy DCA. Make it, of course, no financial advice, guys, but you know, this is my strategy that I do. But you should just relax, man. This is gonna go back up. Yeah, you want to take your profit here and then. Whenever you have the chance, just don't be like me at the beginning back then, like last year and the year before. Oh, no, it's going to go more up. Oh, no, it's going to go more up. I'm going to let it be. Yeah, I can take that money when it goes here. No, don't do that. Do not do that at all. Set up your plan. Set up your the time that you want to sell. Actually, this was all this guy's here that told me this. And then saying it every day, I'm like, man, why haven't I been doing this from the past 4 years? I should have been doing this from the beginning. This is what they've been saying always. And this is when it hit my head. What the fuck am I doing? Like, am I dumb or what? So, guys, just make sure you DCA, have your plan when you're going to exit of some money. Not all of it. I learned also that too. I sold thinking that I make really great money, sold all the bag. And within hours, it quadrupled the amount. And that hurts. That hurts, guy. When you feel like you gotta win and you're like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, but that win can become 5, 6 more times the amount, and you're like, fuck, I should have left a little moon back there. Do that too. Whenever you sell, don't sell all your axes. Try to sell some, like, you know, a good amount that you feel comfortable enough that you feel like a fucking winner, you know, that you're like, hell yeah, I made this money here. And people that were telling me that crypto ain't shit, look, boom. Let me see you working 9 to 5, all your hours there. If you really make for that day $3,000, $1,000, or $500 or whatever. No, you probably made 100, 150. Of course, you don't want to be arrogant and be fucking shoving it in people's face, but you know what I mean here. You know that our family members, especially, they're like, come on, serious into the crypto. Now they're like, oh yeah, I see that crypto is going somewhere. Some family member of mine, they tell me about the cryptocurrency now, and they just tell me like, oh, it's good that it's going up. Oh yeah, I see that it's gonna stay. But you can see that face that they're like, damn, I should have paid attention to him back 2, 3 years ago when he was telling me, yo, getting into this Bitcoin, cryptocurrency was the future. You can see it in them, and they just don't want to say it. But hey, I'm happy to just guide them, and the way that I guide them is get into the Breadstuff Crypto Club. Here is where I learn everything. Here is pretty much the only space that I go. Because it's kind of like the only time I got to listen to space. Even though I'm at work, I'm able to kind of manage these 2 hours to relax and be able to hear you guys or talk if I need to. So, but after that, this is pretty much the only space. I would love to be in Michael's space, but that time that he has is kind of hard for me. At that time for a work time is really, really hard. But get in here, guys, every day. Every day, get in here, guys. I promise you, every day you guys will get alpha. Every day you guys will get smarter in crypto. And not only in crypto, in your finance life, because I have learned a lot of stuff from Mar, from PEPE, from Zach, from Subway, Montasco. Everybody here have taught me so many stuff outside of crypto and finance-wise that I'm like, man, I should have done that before. Wow, I was so stupid to not do this. And my life would be better if I would have done it like this. And if I would have stopped doing this and done this better and, invest on this one. So This is why the Crypto Breakfast Club has changed my life, and I always will appreciate until I die to everybody here. I will appreciate so much. And the day that I meet you guys, no Didi, how they say nowadays, this new generation. But I'm going to give you a hug and probably a kiss in your cheek, bro, because, again, you guys have changed my life so much. I have seen so much improvement in my life. I'm just so happy that because of you guys, my life have become better. That's all I can say. But I don't want to get all fucking emotional here and shit. But yeah, crypto shit, the play that I did yesterday, I'm so happy. So make sure, guys, you do your due diligence. Make sure, guys, you take your profit. Make sure you don't press any link or answer any goddamn email that says, oh, this is Robinhood telling you to do this step. If not, your account is going to get blocked. Don't do none of that. That's fake. That's fake. I don't feel that. I really think that they're not going to email you telling you to do 100 steps. And if not, your account is going to get blocked. So don't pay attention to that. They look really legit, and you can easily fall for that. If you see it, wait until the deadline that they give you. Pass that day, go into your account, and I bet your access will still be available. And then if you see it available, then delete that email, block that account, report it as a spam, do whatever you need to do. Much love to everybody here. I'm going to keep on listening. I'm going to guide my helpers here to do the job so I can just keep on listening and talking here to you guys. Again, Zach, PEPE, Mark, Zach from Subway, Mutasco, everybody here. Thank you. Thank you. I just don't have no other word to say it, but thank you so much for changing my life. And it haven't been changed for like such a dramatically way. It have changed financially way, educational way. Like in my mind, like I know now what to do, what not to do, what step to do here, how to make profit here instead of fucking, oh yeah, let me go all out here. Oh, I just lost the profit I just made. Let me go out here. Oh, I just lost that profit. So thank you again, guys. Definitely. Hey, be ready to give you a hug and a kiss of the cheek, guys. That's all I can say. Much love to all of you.
Yo, your corp. You don't gotta kiss. You don't have to kiss.
Can you hear me now, Zach?
Yeah, man, that was weird.
I've been a ghost the whole time. I've been up here, having my hand raised. I'm like, Zach's just ignoring me.
No, dude, you were just down as a listener. I'm like, oh, he must be in a bad spot. Maybe he'll come back up here in a minute. Yeah, it's just, you know how X spaces are, dude.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? He's not going to call me. I'm just going to do research for him on the back end for you, But crazy. Holy crap. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I could go on for hours with this. I'll keep it short. But Chainlink and Shiba Inu. Do you understand what's happening? Multi-chain. I said this from the beginning. Mars says, Zach, I never hear you talk about Chainlink ever. Dude, I've been preaching Chainlink forever. So this is super exciting. Cross-chain, right? So you know what that brings? That brings volume. And, I'm trying to get people outside of their own ecosystem. I may be the hated one, but in order to onboard the next billion users, the way to do it is multi-chain. So basically bringing, outside people in and you're bringing liquidity over. And with that also becomes burns. I'm just going to get simple with this. I'm not going to get too technical, but obviously cross chain, you're burning and minting. So what that implies too is also with volume comes a certain amount of burns, which will help Shiba Inu. But I think people are underestimating the one token. I don't want to talk about because I'm trying to buy it really cheap right now. You could probably guess which one within the SHIB that I'm going to start accumulating a lot of right now after this huge news. Chainlink is such a big company. All right, I'll just say fuck it. It's leash. The supply is very low, and the burning mechanism. I can see leash going to numbers that everyone wants SHIB to go to. So I think we're going to skip a bunch of steps to get to that point. So I'm going to accumulate a lot of that. But God, I could go on forever with this partnership. But yes, to onboard the next billion users, the only way to do it is multi-chain. And, going to a chain that's a little bit cheaper too, to make trades, and keep your slippage low. there's just so much. I don't think people are understanding what's happening. And I've always been ahead of the curve. And I said multi-chain is wonderful. How the hell my phone is ringing? That never happens. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Taco Bell. Okay, no, just kidding. So yes, Jesus. I was in the space last night for like 3 hours. Mar was in there. I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna ban Mar when he goes up there. They're gonna hate on him. And I see him post a paw chain in the comment section. I'm like, oh god, he's gonna be shadow banned. This dude's got some balls in here going, in this big shit space with that. But multi-chain is the future. And I also came up with something yesterday that I will probably announce 2025, 26. The world's not ready for it right now, but it does. It's going to be super epic within NFTs, and it is the future of NFTs. I'll throw it to you, Pate and Zach, on the back channels, but I don't really want to get out. But it will be the next phase in crypto with that kind of digital asset. So it's pretty crazy. I'm just super excited about what volume and liquidity will come over to Shibarium. Everyone knows I'm the Shibarium, I got a project on there. I'm pretty excited, and God, I'm at a loss of words on how epic this is. And I don't think people are understanding what's going to happen. In a few years from now, everything's going to be multi-chain.
Right.
The future. Amar, I don't know. I don't know the words. I'm usually not speechless.
Zach, I need Mutasco to come up here and speak. Not at the end of the damn show when he's ready to take us on a cruise.
Right. This is my thought. Mutasco, get up here. We got to have a conversation about this.
You know that I went up there because he kept saying no bridges. There's no way in hell you don't have a built-in bridge into the ecosystem. You can't. You just can't. It's impossible. This has been told, you need a bridge. It's two different languages. There's no way it's going to be just a regular swap. Just like Podchain. Podchain could go out there and say, oh, we're not bridging because it's so fast. In seconds. Normally a bridge takes a few minutes. And for people in the audience to understand what I'm not talking about, what I'm saying is, when you have two different blockchains, even if it's EVM, built on Ethereum EVM, or even worse, because Link is not an EVM. So it's two completely different languages. They're not gonna, so you need a bridge. And people hate bridges because it's a third party. It's they could get hacked. They use a third party bridge. I don't understand why they haven't done it the way Podchain did it, but Podchain built the bridge in their ecosystem. They are the bridge. So there's no third party. All the transactions, everything goes through them. It's almost like a swap.
Yeah, but just because they're using their native token. See, this is different. This is where you're confused. Everything, phone, SHIB, leash, that's all on Ethereum. So I'm guessing it's going to be a burn mint function to go back.
Right.
Which is extremely fucking bullish if you pay attention, because with a burn and mint comes burning Shiba Inu. So within volume, I think the burn rate's going to increase very, very high. And then with something like Chainlink using their protocol, it's going to be extremely bullish. I think people are not realizing because they don't understand.
Unless it's not a swap, unless you're just burning your ship and then Link is giving you whatever tokens they want to give you because they see the burn happening or the swap. I mean,
it's like a burn mint on a different chain, but it still works the same way. And that will increase burns for the Shiba Inu holders, which everyone's been working at. But in order for this to happen, it has to be onboarding outside people in the ecosystem, bringing them in, bringing projects in, and that hub will go right back to Shibarium. Do you know what I mean? So it's super underrated. I think people are just not getting it. It's extremely good. So it's more like a burn mint function, I think, to go cross chain. But that think about it right now. 6-7% of humans only are well aware of crypto. So that's extremely, extremely early. Now imagine when we onboard the next billion users. Imagine the price of leash, the price of SHIB as the burning is going down. Obviously, burns are great, but they don't increase price. No, what increases price is volume and liquidity. So as they're onboarding into this, and Shiba Inu becoming one of the best hubs in the ecosystem on the planet, if holding these tokens, and also we haven't even seen Treat out yet and what that's going to do with the layer 3. So it's all just kind of, there's a bunch of stepping stones to get to this. But I think implementing this with Chainlink is going to create a huge volume increase of burns than just waiting for people to burn. No, in order to burn, you need volume, you need transactions, and all of that. So I'm super bullish on this whole thing. And I'm a big Solana fan, I'm a big Chainlink fan, and think about that's thinking outside the box as a multi-chain. So as they're implementing it back and forth, the billions of users are just going to flood this ecosystem with liquidity. And that's what you want. We're all here to make money, right? And also bring some great technology, but you can't do that without liquid. Plain and simple. You can burn the fucking token to the ground, but if there's no money going into it, it doesn't mean the price is going to go up. You're just going to get less of a token at a less price, honestly, at the end of the day. So with the burns, and everyone's like, burn, when's, hating on the team, when burn this, when burn that. No, when fucking liquidity. And that's what they're delivering, is bringing liquidity with multi-chain, and that's where people got to get their head straight and understand that in order for the price to go up and the token to go down, there needs to be volume. And by them linking up with Chainlink, that's kind of funny, right? And this is just the first step in going multi-chain. This is the future of crypto. I guarantee 5 years from now, everything will be multi-chain, and you can't be one chain.
And Zach, not to bring FUD or stuff, but this was what Shiba Inu, part of the team, wanted 2-3 years ago. And that's why some of them left and built, you know what? You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it's a business. I don't know behind the scene business, and, people, and some people don't get along. I get it. It is what it is. But both of them, they have their own lanes. The only difference is PAW is using their own, native token on that. But they can't really do that because the majority of liquidity and everything, all the contracts, they're all Ethereum based, right? So they can't just go and say, hey, we got to just use Bone. No, they're also, they want to make Shiba Inu better. And with that, they had to come up with other, protocols. And I think linking up with Chainlink, that's so funny because I'm such a big Chainlink guy. I don't talk about it too much, but it's pretty funny that all of the cryptos, they pick this one, but they have great protocols, and I get why they're doing it. So, with burning and minting function, I don't really know how it's going to go exactly, but my guess would be as a cross chain, it would kind of like the 404 that someone stole my fucking idea about, but it's kind of like that where it burns, you mint a token and it burns. But with that, doing that cross chain multiple times with millions and millions and millions of transactions, you're talking a significant burn rate fast and fast and fast. And you don't get that just staying in your one ecosystem. You need to branch out. Like if you can bring this over to, SHIB, Bone, Leash, bring it over to Solana, Chainlink, all these blockchains. That's how you create the volume. That's how you create the mass adoption around Shiba Inu. But my thing is, they're probably listening, but what I want to see them do, which I think this would be the nail in the coffin for everything, is they need a Shiba Inu wallet with Shiba Swap already integrated right in it, kind of like Phantom Wallet has their swap right in it. Make it simple, easy, and hopefully they do it in the future. And I know everything takes time to build, and there could be legal stuff around it, and that's probably why they're not doing it. Or they just don't want to put out everything right away. And I get it. You need longevity in the space. But if they could nail that, they got everything down in Shibarium that you need for a blockchain. You know what I mean? So imagine just downloading a SHIB wallet. You can swap right in there. You can do your multi-chain swaps, go to different blockchains, all within the hub. And I think that's what they're building. Honestly, if you really look detail, and I'm a detail kind of guy, and I try to look into the future, and I mean, the Shibarium hub will be the future, I think, of multi-chain. And them partnering with such a big company and smart people, they're smart to do that. You know what I mean? You got to get outside of your box if you want to grow in this space. And I think they're doing it great. I was really excited to see that come out, because nothing really excites me that much because I've pretty much seen a lot. But this really excites me for the Shiba Inu holders that have been holding forever, and for things like Bone and Leash. And I think Leash is so fucking undervalued because now it's going to become really deflationary especially if they implement a burn function. Even with that, there's only let me bring it up here. I know I'm going on a rant, sorry guys, but there's only, come on Leash, where are you? 106K Leash out there. So imagine if people are cross-chaining this thing, right? And there's a burn function with that. What, you know, the all-time high on Leash was like $8,983. What do you think it's going to be in 5 to 10 years if everyone's onboarding into this ecosystem because of multi-chain facet, really? You know, coming into the market, you get on Solana and you're like, oh shit, I can get some Shiba on Solana and I could bridge it over here, or I could bridge it over there. And with that, them even just practicing and trying out functions creates burns. So not financial advice, but if you're not buying some Leash, you're fucking stupid. Sorry. Or you just don't understand that, you know, around this, you know, people are waiting for SHIB to hit that 1 cent mark. And it may not ever hit that 1 cent mark. But the fact that it's going to create a lot of burns and bring, you know, the price a little bit up. But what it really needs is liquidity. But you can kind of skip a lot of those steps and just get some Leash. Really, I mean, Leash is so fucking cheap right now. I mean, $288, I'm about to buy 7,000 of it. I might just buy the whole goddamn supply just because I see what the future brings with this. After that news yesterday, it put a little pep in my step. So I'm just super bullish. I could go into a lot more details, but I don't want to waste the whole space on this. But I'm just super excited. I can't wait to hear what Mutasco says. He was in the space with me. I fell asleep on the space last night. I was so bullish. My wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I got to listen to this. This is just crazy. This is exciting, insane. Especially I got a project on there too. And it's nice to be super early. And imagine people are using that multi-chain back and forth. I mean, I get what you're saying, Mar. Pause definitely great. I like what they're doing, but they're using their own, you know, their own main token. So, but you can't do that with SHIB, Bone, and Leash. That's a Ethereum thing. So I think linking up with Chainlink, and I'll be done talking about this, is super epic, and I can't wait to see what kind of partnerships they have in the future. And who knows, they could partner with the top 15. You just don't know.
I have 3 questions for you regarding what you have just chilled, if you don't mind. Hello, Zach. Hello, everyone. 3 questions about the added value. If we compare what you are sharing with something else, okay, which does the same thing from what I have understood, but I would just like to understand the additional added values. Let's say you want to use multi-chain, and you use, for example, multi-chain bridge for someone who is just into basically going from one chain to the other. What is the added value? The second thing, Chainlink has already implemented their own bridge. I don't remember the name. I think it's Discover or something like that. There is it has a specific name. And on top of that, don't you think that as long as Ethereum will not have fixed the high gas fees issue that the network has, don't you think that it's not going to take off because of that? Well, even if there is this multi-chain feature, who is going to do that, for example, from ETH, to basically have huge gains on what you are shilling? We need like huge adoptions and huge usage. Do you think that even if during the next years they don't fix this high gas fees issue, do you still think that there will be a huge heavy usage of that? Yeah, those are my my questions.
Those are a lot of questions, but I can, right off the gate, if other people can answer too. But yes, all right. So right now, let's just say we're in the major bull run, right? Fucking, they got everything multi-chain, everything's great, right? And I got SHIB, right? And SHIB's on Ethereum. Now gas fees, let's just say 500 GUI, right? I would rather pay a small fee, bridge it over to Solana, and then swap it. It's going to cost me probably a fraction to bridge that thing over, either whether it's a burn, mint function. First of all, I'm going to look at it as, okay, now I'm burning. If I go cross chain, I'm burning some SHIB, help the holders out. That's a plus right there. And then now I can go over to Solana with Shiba Inu and swap that for a very, very low gas fee. So I'm probably going to maybe pay $15, $20 to make that instead of swapping it on Ethereum. That's going to cost me $500, $600 in gas fees. And right now they haven't made it really a lot cheaper. And I don't know when they're going to. So you can't wait for Vitalik to do something. You got to change and work with the times. So that to me already is a huge asset. Who wants to give money away? We're not here to lose money in crypto. You know what I mean? Dude, who wants to, you want to go spend $500 on gas, or you want to be able to, throw your slippage into the blockchain like Mar? Listen, I do talk kind of crazy because I'm from New England, so it's not like a mean feature. It's just how we talk over here. But that, and that's one of the questions. So already it's already in my head approved to be a better solution than what's happening right now. And I forgot a couple of your other questions.
So the other question is like compared to another existing bridge, okay, for someone, for example, who is not like heavy on or hyper bullish on or involved on Shiba Inu, what would make would basically push them? What is the added value that would push them to use that over the bridge or any other basically or even multi-chain?
Well,
bridge.
Yeah, for me, just looking at it is acknowledgement and knowing that, like, someone that's coming over new, right? They come to, let's just say, Solana or Chainlink or something, and they don't know anything about Shiba Inu. Already, it's going to be in their face being multi-chain, and they're going to wonder, what can I do with this? What am I going to do with it? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of getting it open to the masses is how you create mass adoption. 100%. In this, I think tokens that are not going to go multi-chain are going to not be around 5 to 10 years from now. I guarantee that. It's, I don't know how to totally explain this, but a lot of it is cheap gas fees, exposure. Exposure would be the number one thing for me on why you would want to go a multi-chain. People coming in, they might just buy Solana, they might just buy ETH. And then if they can see in their wallet, the top things that are listed is, holy shit, a pair, a Shiba or a Bone pair with Solana. Ooh, that's interesting. Now I'm going to dig into the ecosystem, find out what they're about. And then now they're going to go into the wormhole and find shib.io and learn about that whole ecosystem. And now you've just opened you've captured that audience, and now you opened the whole SHIB ecosystem to this new investor that might not have found it because it wasn't multi-chain. So I think in order to survive in the future, tokens are going to have to be multi-chain. And he who does it best will win in this market. And it is competition, and competition breeds innovation. And I'm all about innovation. So I hope that answers some of your question. I think it's more exposure, really, is the biggest asset to onboarding the next billion users into the SHIB ecosystem, and they're getting ahead of the curve.
Yeah, no, thank you. It answers to my question. I see your point of view. Thank you. So I'm going to let the mic to the other people. Yeah.
And nothing is financial advice, and I'm not paid by the SHIB team or anything. This is my own personal opinion. So there we go. There's my.
Okay. All right.
I think we need Mustachio to explain how the bridges work, how the custodial bridge is working.
Sorry.
We need Mustako here.
Mutako. I'm fucking dying.
Mustachio could be.
He's up here.
It's better without mustache, but mustache is better fit him. You know, I'm sorry for that, but it fits him.
Mustachio. Oh my God! Someone launched that. What's up, Butasco? I know you want to get into this with me. I know you're probably excited. This is right up your alley.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
Loud and clear.
Yes, we got you. We got you.
Okay, cool. No, I'm gonna answer Ma's question first. And I know, Ma, you're very honest. You say, you know, I don't care for the tech, the details and that. But I'll say this. And I did a lot of posts too. In that space last night. If you care to understand this, don't listen to people. You can just go read it, right? And then kind of grasp it. If something is missing and you want clarity, you can get on a space and ask a specific question. And I'm sure there are many people out there who can explain and help you understand this. This is a huge deal. Okay, it's not only SHIB, it's not only, if you're somebody who follows Chainlink for a while, you know what they're trying to build, okay? And the fact that SHIB is even in that league is a huge deal. I've said this, I don't hide my positions most of the time. People know what I hold. And I like to play stupid, right? Because I have this conflict in my mind where when you try to activate your smart, intelligent brain, you're going to get wrecked in crypto, especially in crypto. It works in Wall Street, and even in Wall Street, you know, yeah, you if you belong to a certain club, yeah, you can use your smartness to do well. That is if you're close to the machines. But in crypto, you don't want to complicate things. And that's what I've done, right? I just bought into I know what supply means. And I know what happens when demand outstrips supply. I know when supply is limited. I've held bone for a while. I was there right before it actually got launched. The whole story with, you know, Treat coming and all that. This is a long time coming. The story just keeps building and building. And guys, I'm speaking, and I'm sure most of you who are listening, you've read the all hail Shibley something. There's this Medium article that Ryoji put out there. If you've read it in the early days, decentralization, and so I'm not shocked at all that they're making these types of moves. But I want to make a clear distinction, and this is specific to Ma. In this space today, there isn't a single ecosystem that can boast of having a level 5 level security, okay? Chainlink is the only protocol that can boast of it. I know you're referencing Power Chain and all that. Whoever is building Power, call him to come up on this mic, and I'll ask him that question directly and have him answer it directly to everyone listening. So there's a serious distinction between Power Chain and Chainlink, okay? You talked about, you're saying bridges. Yeah, bridges. You know, Chainlink is built on, the entire infrastructure is built on oracles, right? And data and messaging. Like, I'll give you a good example. There's a project called Entangle. Entangle, they have a blockchain. And the way that they have created the blockchain, it's like they're mimicking what Layer Zero Labs is doing, right? And this is kind of a new era of crypto because it's like, hey, I have Ethereum on this blockchain. I want to move it onto Solana and do some yield farming. How do I do that? Today, the only way, and this has been a problem, and I posted some screenshots, by the way. As I ramble, you can go look at my screenshots, and it would explain things simply for you, because I don't even do a good job explaining it. But what I'm speaking to is based on information that I've dug into. So what I'm telling you is not like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. No, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I understand it from my perspective that, hey, there's a difference between a bridge and what Chainlink is doing. So to your point, yes, they're not using bridges. This is exactly why CCIP actually exists, right? It's like with normal bridges, you have to go through all kinds of hoops. So you go like somebody actually did the work and came up with like 15 clicks. You have to literally go through 15 clicks just to be able to, and even when you go after the 15 clicks, sometimes you have to wait for hours to get that asset on the other end. And I've dug into the security, like there's a big risk on bridges that most people don't even talk about, which is upgradability. When you have a source chain and you have a destination chain, when you're locking assets and minting on the other side, you have to know who you're playing with. That if you're playing with $100, that's fine. But if you're playing with like $1 million, you want to know who is on the other end, because there's this risk of upgrading the code, which sometimes is in the hands of just a handful of people. So you could say, hey, and this is actually why the other day I tagged Brian on Vitalik's post, because that post did an excellent job. Vitalik literally, and it's 2 screenshots. You can go read just the screenshots and you'll be fine. You don't need to read all the boring stuff that Vitalik got to put out there. If you're not somebody who's a nerd that wants to do digging, I won't encourage you to do that. That's why I specifically put, if you're somebody who owns Podchain or whatever, go read that. Because when you read that, and I'm telling you here, Podchain is leading the way. They're ahead of the market in terms of what they're trying to build. This is fact, okay? The future is multi-chain. I agree with Vitalik. He thinks the future is multi-chain. It's not cross-chain. Because the risk with the cross-chain thing is you have to bring in this, what do we call it? The bridge mechanic. And we all know, I've posted some screenshots. It's dated a little bit, so the numbers have actually gone up because of the bridge hacks, right? I mean, this is literally like a honeypot for everybody. That's why bridges haven't taken off. And this is actually why CCIP exists, which is a cross-chain interoperability protocol. So the fact that, the SHIB team, I knew from the first few months that I bought into SHIB, I was like the deep, nerdy guy that reads every single Medium article that came up, okay? And it sounded like a movie that was never going to arrive. But for me at that time, I was always like, whoever is writing this knows what they're talking about. And I've been wrong 99% of the time, okay? SHIB is one of those ones that I like, you know what? My mind was in the right place. But it hasn't ended yet. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But at this point, I can confidently say, well, you know what? My mind was in the right place, because everything that they've been building is slow and it's boring. It's confusing. People don't get it. And I'm not in this space to convince anybody, okay? I would never do. I don't care if you buy it or not, if you hold it or not. The thing is, this crypto space is a lot of work. You can't do it just with like one eye, it's all my way. No. You have to be willing to hang out with people, hang out in Discord or Telegram, or you have to follow real people that are actually here building and believe that this is a future, right? And your feed will start to change, because it's your feed. You can control your feed. If you're going after some craziness, that's what's going to be bombarded on your feed. That's what I've done to this point, which is why it's kind of interesting what you guys were talking about, Zach from Subway. I just want you to know, Ma, there is this, like, And I've posted a screenshot to confirm my point. If you want to dig into it, go read about it. If you want to talk to me about it, I can blab for 50 hours, okay?
I just want
to summarize that, you know, whatever it is, just read the level 5 securities. So we have level 1, level 2, level 3. No, you're not going to do it. But when a protocol says we're level 5, they're boldly saying we're level 5. That's serious business, guys. Okay? Serious business. So, I love, like, you know, I'm just crazy. You ask my wife, she'll tell you. Are you gonna go to bed? No, but I have work the next morning. You know, I just.
Mutasco, have you seen the new updates on Ship.io too?
You know,
They're implementing exactly what Elon Musk is doing for his own basis.
Because who am I?
Doing it.
I'm just saying that Mutasco, this is a work in progress. There'll be a lot more to come on Ship. But this is also important stuff for Ship. I did explain what this actually means on Can you hear me? Right? In that post, so if you want to read, go read so you don't get bored with me trying to about that. But it's a huge deal, and I love it because all I have to do is hold a native asset. Okay, I just sit on it like a fool. But, you know, eventually, we'll find out.
Mutasco.
Yo, I'm crying, bro.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen like that.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear
Mark
you.
can hear you. Look, Tom, we can't hear anyone else, but we can all hear him, and that is hilarious.
I just want to ask only one question. One question to ask him, and he.
What is the question? I think he's listening. What's the question? We'll bring him right back up.
He's listening. Are you sure? Let's ask his wife.
He's a listener.
Mutasco.
So he's listening.
No, always speak. We know anything from him. Thanks to him, he always say. I just want to know what's the dangers in these bridges and how the hack is happening. And we remember the Binance breach hack, and then this PancakeSwap canceled the bridge. Still, there's dangers on it.
I mean, the way I understand it, in like a 5-year-old, when you do a swap, you know, when you go to PancakeSwap and you're buying something, you swap it, you know, that's it. It goes, you know, it comes to you and the other one goes to them. That's it. It's one of, you know, me to you. But a bridge, basically, your coins basically has to go to another wallet of a third party. Then that wallet needs liquidity to send you back the funds that you wanted, that you were swapping for. You understand? And normally the bridge sometimes gets hacked. That third party.
Yeah,
that's the problem. It was a way because USDC was available on every chain as a native asset, so people was using USDC to selling at that end and buying in that end. So like a multi-chain swap. From some chains, I think USDC is removed, but Binance was forcing Binance USD, BUSD at that time and remove it from some places. So that protocol is end. But I don't know what the solution now, because when you're at the other end, there will be a wallet and custodial wallet holding your money as a third party. And these codes have some weakness and having so many hackers there. So how to gonna be cross-chain while you have to trust somebody with your money? Was asking to Mutasco that.
That's why multi-chain is better than cross-chain. But yeah, Mar is correct.
Because it is different language, different territory. Like you can be in the European Union, but you're still France, you're still Germany.
Yeah, but still, that France and Germany need to have the fucking funds to give you. It's not really a bridge. Basically, what they're doing is just keeping the liquidity, and they're fronting it to you as they take your tokens. So you got to make sure you go with a bridge that actually has the credibility and the funds to do it. That's why when you see legitimate bridges take a decent amount of time, It's because they're actually doing things correctly, and they obviously need the funds. Things can't get locked up on both sides of the equation, you know. So like if you got let's just say Bone, you also need the wrapped version of it too to be able to hand that out to you. So I think even a decent, everyone wants things instant, right? But sometimes instant isn't always the best solution. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and with that also creates the company having the funds to front you, basically. And that's how really how bridging works. So you got to make sure what you're using as a bridge, you do a little research and make sure they actually have the liquidity, or things can take 7 days. You know why they take 7 days? Because they don't have the money. That's why.
Zach, and think about, think about bridge in the same way as, let's say you have Solana now, and you want to turn it into Ethereum. What do? I don't bridge it at all. I send it to an exchange, and from that exchange, I sell my Ethereum or my Solana, vice versa. Okay, so let's say I send Solana to an exchange, I sell it there, I buy Ethereum, and I withdraw it and send it to my Ethereum wallet. I just finished bridging. I use the exchange, which for me that's the safest way. It
is because the exchange has the money to do that.
Has the money. Yeah,
so DeFi. When you do using a DeFi bridge, you can't guarantee that it's that safe and they have the funds to make that swap or whatever you call a bridge go through. You're right. The best thing really right now is to just go to the exchange. And
the sad thing is, man, like there's people that have bridged and the bridge had no funds, no liquidity, and they didn't even say anything. And then their money has been stuck there for weeks until they get the liquidity. But of course, you're pretty much done. They're not going to add no liquidity to the bridge. You're done,
And on the flip side of it, you're not paying a gas fee when you're going. Yes, you're paying to get to the exchange, but when you swap it, you're not paying an Ethereum gas fee. You're paying whatever percentage the exchange wants to. So right now, that is the cheapest and the safest version. But after you do that, you should get it off the exchange in case they go down. So let's say figure this out. But I think Shiba Inu can fix all this, doing a bridge swap all within a Shiba Inu wallet. Fucking bookmark this, write this down, because in a year or two, when they have it, I'll buy you all coffee. Because I'm extremely bullish on that. And I think if they nail that, they nail a Shiba Inu wallet, they fucking knock everything out of the park. Mic drop, I can go to my hockey game.
And exactly.
Yeah.
And Zach, that's what, damn, I hear my voice now. Why is it freaking sound like the Wizard of Oz? What is happening?
It's probably Mutasco.
It's probably talking over people, guys. I'm sorry.
Yo, Mutasco, we literally didn't hear anything you said in your whole thing. No, I'm just kidding. We heard a lot of it, but you were, people were asking you questions and you couldn't hear them.
No. So guys, I'm not a tech savvy guy. Okay. I'm probably the dumbest person in the room, but I want to say this. I just like to spit out what I
and he is humble too much.
Here's what I would say, and to Ma's point, the word bridge is like is the biggest deception you could ever get. You know how you go into a magic show and the magic trickster pulls up something out of their head? Like, so when you hear bridge, it's nothing complicated. It's a smart contract, okay? There's all kinds of mechanics. It's easy to think that, we're building this bridge and people cross over. But you have to think about it from the other side. This is what I was saying, that when you start going that deeper, it becomes really boring because most people don't care about that. That's why it's easy to simplify things so that people can because the Chainlink thing, it literally cut out 14 steps and said, hey, you can stay within your same screen and execute the same transactions. You don't have to ask how they did it, but you also have to wonder, how large is your security budget? It's the same thing like Ethereum right now. Why do you think Deutsche Bank will launch a layer 2? People are thinking about, they could go launch their own layer 2 or layer 1. Well, cool, they can. But if you go on ultrasound.money, you see about 32 million ETH that is staked. Multiply that by the market value, and it will tell you how much security is locked up within Ethereum. Now, as Ethereum goes up, that security budget continues to go up, right? Now, if you're an attacker, you need to like double, triple that, because the more you try to do that, the harder it becomes for you. What I would say though, just because this will make sense for people. The DAO hack is a very popular one, right? The token sale was supposed to last for 28 days. And this is what happened.